Hey, buddy, I gotta let you go, okay? Have a great day at school. I love you.
Love you.
Hey, boss, what's up?
Right, I'm just going to come out and say it. I had a torrid affair with Sam.
Dad, I'm still on.
Hey, sorry about that. Okay, I'll talk to you later.
Bye, Dad.
Yeah. Okay, so let's see. You and
Sam?
UL Jackson?
Obasanya?
Right, okay. Just checking. Okay, well, you know, I think that's great. Hold on. Wait, nope, yes. Yeah, I do. No, I think it's fine.
I think I need to end it.
Sure, I can see that.
I mean, I asked him for a bit of time to figure things out. And now we're in a bit of a limbo situation.
Great party game, horrible relationship status.
And then Edwin Akufu sweeps in to take him away, and I've lost all objectivity. Sam's a really great player.
One of the best we got.
But do I want him to stay because of my feelings for him?
Good question.
We really work great together.
I mean, come on. Sam and Rebecca are already one of my all-time favorite TV couples. To have one of them in real life? Whew, yes, please.
But if he wants to go, I shouldn't stand in his way.
I could not agree more.
But if I let him go, I might regret it for the rest of my life.
Oh, turns out I could agree more. Well, Rebecca, listen to me. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to Edwin Akufu. Don't even listen to Sam. You just listen to your gut, okay? And on your way down to your gut, check in with your heart. Between those two things, they'll let you know what's what. They make good harmony, like 2/3 of Bone Thugs in Harmony. You know what I mean?
Thank you, Ted.
Hey, you know, boss, you're starting to develop a little bit of a habit.
Am I?
Oh, yeah. Same time, same place last year, you dropped another truth bomb on me.
See you next year.
Can't wait.
Welcome to another episode of the Revisited Podcast. I'm Ben.
And I'm Kristin. This week we are revisiting Ted Lasso, Season 2, Episode 11, Midnight Train to Royston. You are so lucky that I got that right because I looked down and it said Season 1 on my paper. And I'm like, that is incorrect.
I'm not the one that's lucky that you got it right. You're the one that's lucky you got it right because I would have criticized.
We would have had to start. You got it wrong.
You're
stupid. I'm the dumbest boy at school.
That reference seems to come up a lot with us. You're stupid.
You're stupid. Well, because we're often stupid.
Yes, this is also true. The penultimate episode of the second season.
Yeah.
So we
not my favorite.
Really?
Yeah, it's like one of my least favorite episodes. Like I told you earlier this morning, I had not a lot to say about this episode because I just don't like it. I don't like the tone. I don't like the mood. I don't like Edwin Akufu at all. I think I hate his storyline. I think that we could have done just fine without his storyline.
Okay. All right. I'm very curious when we dive into the episode how that's going to come across. So that, you know what? Let's just get right into it then. Kicking things off by saying, as we always do, if this is your first watch through Ted Lasso, we're going to try and remain as spoiler-free as possible until a little bit later on in the podcast. when we'll have a spoiler section, because I do have one or two things I want to mention
Cool.
during that for this episode. So if you want to avoid the spoilers, just check the show notes and you can find out what section of the podcast to skip, but make sure you come back for favorite quotes, feedback, and all that fun stuff afterwards. So this is a very Sam-centric episode. Not completely, because there's definitely more storylines with other people in this, where there's big
Better
Roy
ones.
and Keeley. Yeah, there's big Roy and Keeley moments in this episode. There's more, well, I almost said growth with Nate, and it's not growth, not one little bit. And there's stuff with Ted and Dr. Sharon. So
That's probably the best part of the episode is Ted and Dr. Sharon.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree 100%. But let's get the Edwin Akufo stuff just out of the way now. And I'm going to kick it off by saying I
love this actor.
I love the actor, hate the character.
Yeah, we both love the actor. We both reference the actor a lot.
Yeah.
From New Girl and from the Tomorrow Wars.
That's right. I forgot he was in the Tomorrow Wars.
He goes down the stairs. He goes, "Oh shit, 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 shit."
That's right.
He's got one of the best roles in the entire movie. I love him in that movie.
I forgot he was in the Tomorrow Wars. Yeah,
Sam
Richardson is the actor, and he's a great comedic actor, and I can see why he was cast in this role. But from the moment,
he's Ghanaian.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry if I got that wrong. Ghanaian?
I don't know how you say it, actually. I don't want to say.
His mother is from Ghana. There.
Okay. All right. He's also in We're the Millers. He's one of the TSA agents in We're the Millers, which is another Jason Sudeikis movie.
Uh-huh.
So I wonder if that's kind of how there was the connection there. Like he had worked with him in the past, so bring him in.
I got really excited when I saw him because I love the actor so much. And then he just was the complete opposite of how much I love him as an actor.
So the character, like when we're first introduced to him, even before we see him, is Higgins coming into Rebecca's office and mentioning that, you know, he inherited over £1 billion and he's a big fan of football. And then the first instance that we get with him, you know, we see his security detail come in and the chopper lands. And my instinct is like, for somebody who loves football as much as he claims, you're landing on the pitch.
I said the same exact sentence, because it's a callback to that first episode with Nate going, "Get off the pitch, get off the pitch."
Now, granted, it's the practice pitch and it's not Nelson Road, but still, like, that is sacrilege for a football player. Like, you
shows
on the pitch.
It shows how highly he thinks of himself.
Yeah.
He is a collector of toys. That's it.
Well, I mean, and you can tell, like, he's a collector of toys, and it almost seems like he buys his friends.
Yes.
Like, I mean, everywhere that him and Sam went this episode, people were hired to be there.
Yeah. Which tells you a lot about a person if you have to buy your happiness.
Well, he was there to buy Sam.
Which is gross.
Yeah. I mean, he didn't even have a team put together. Like, it's almost kind of, no, I don't want to say it because we talked about it in spoilers last week, so I don't want to mention it. I was going to relate it to something we talked about last week, but what we talked about was in spoilers. Yeah, I mean, all he does is flaunt his wealth this entire episode, and it comes across like incredibly skeezy and just like obnoxious.
New money.
Oh yeah, he is new money.
He's new money.
He inherited it from his father who passed.
Was it his father or his uncle?
I thought it was his father, maybe.
Because if it was his father, then he grew up in wealth, right?
Yeah, I guess that would make sense. I'm trying to find the line as we're talking about it, but it's I just came across the Higgins line. I once wrote a story about a billionaire that took Let's see. Oh no, hold on. Yeah, so I don't know. Like while I'm looking for the line, like I don't know. You're right. If it was his father, he would have grown up in it. So it could have just been like he's using this as an excuse.
I don't I don't know. All I know is that like from the very first moment, he just comes off as skeevy, and he is skeevy, and he's dismissive to Rebecca, and he's even dismissive to Sam. I mean, he's just so confident that everything he wants, he's going to get because he is surrounded by yes men.
It's his father.
Okay.
Higgins says his father owns the largest tech firm in Ghana. And Ted says, wait a second, I thought I did. And then Higgins replies, until he died last month. And Ted, I apologize for my joke. So yeah, I mean, you're right. You made a really good point. I didn't even really think about that. He's been brought up in this wealth. This is not new money.
Right. Okay.
This is, I mean, he comes across deceitful in making it people think this is new money, that he doesn't want to be like his father. He wants to spend it on experiences and people to
it's
make
like
things
if
better.
It's like if Dudley Dursley all of a sudden became a billionaire.
Dudley Dursley.
From Harry Potter.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah. The spoiled rich,
Oh,
the
Dudley.
spoiled
Yep.
kid from, Dudley.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's saying that he wants to use this money to make things better, but better in what one person's eyes isn't what is always better for everyone.
Well, and his definition of better is probably how do I get more liked, or how do I get more people that adore me or something. It's very self-serving.
It's better for himself.
Right. It's better for him. It's not even better for Ghana. It's just what can I do to make myself look better?
Yeah. But I mean, like even going into like more of like the skeezy behavior of Edwin, the handshakes. Like he
doesn't touch white people.
Yeah. That's a big one. Because he refused to shake Ted's hand, but immediately shook Sam's.
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, that's exactly what it is. He doesn't touch the white race, probably because he looks down on them, or looks at them in like what's the word I'm thinking of?
Would he want Sam still if he knew that Sam was with Rebecca?
Oh, I don't know. That's a good point. That's a good question. I don't know. It's interesting. I don't want to think about that.
I saw your brain just go through that.
Yeah.
You really struggled.
Colonizer. Yeah. That's the word I was looking at. That's the word I was looking for.
Yes, a colonizer. Yeah, because he knows that Sam has a lot of opinions on that anyways. When he thinks of Christmas, I mean, we heard him last season that said, oh, well, when I think of Christmas, I think of colonization.
Yeah. I mean, that could be how Edwin looks at Ted, or anybody of the white race for that matter.
Yes. However, Sam comes from such a good family. I mean, you see that in his behavior. I mean, you see him up against Jamie Tart, and now you see him up against this Edwin Akufo character. And it's very clear that Sam has been raised by someone who taught him the value of a person and not the value of
a race.
Your person.
Yeah. Or your person.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it.
And that's why I think we love Sam so much as a character.
Sorry, my brain broke a little bit because I didn't think we were going to go into race talks with this conversation.
Really? After Edwin Akufo decided not to touch the whitey?
All right, fair enough.
That's like the first thing I learned about him. Okay,
I just looked at him
You don't like the white people. Got it.
Yeah, I just looked at him as disrespectful. I didn't really look at him as in that light, but now...
I totally did.
Now I can't help but not see it.
Yeah. Sorry, I totally did. That was my first thought about him.
Nothing to apologize for, especially considering how we see him, not to spoil anything, but how we see him next episode in the finale.
I don't remember. See, we're going into I don't remember, which is nice.
Okay. Yeah, there's ways that we see Edwin next episode that kind of
solidify this thinking.
No, that kind of is the reason why I didn't think this way.
Oh, okay. Well, then maybe
we'll see. We'll talk. We'll discuss that next episode.
But I mean, even like he chose to eat somewhere, but he made sure that he brought his own chefs and they did their own African food. And like he paid for the people to be eating there, and he paid for the warehouse space to create this one restaurant just for him and Sam. You know, they go to the museum of.
Oh, that wasn't a warehouse space. That was a restaurant. But I'm just saying, like, none of that existed before he went and had it set up so that he could, I don't know, he could eat his own food. He could show Sam how influential he was, how he could show Sam how much he misses Africa. Maybe I don't know, but there was definitely, I mean, he was very isolationist in what he did. They went to the Natural History Museum in London and they went to the African piece of art. And he said, yeah, I bought it. It belongs in Africa. You know, they go out to eat. And instead of going out to eat somewhere, and London is as much as the Brits are known for bad food or not cooking well, London has become a food scene because of that Indian culture that's in there, because it's such a big city, because you have a lot of different, it's kind of like LA or New York, right? So, or Philly.
But why would you go to London and not eat in one of those restaurants? There's a lot of cultural diversity there.
Well, because it goes back to what my earlier point is, that he just
colonizers.
He doesn't trust. Exactly.
Right. But that's what I'm saying, is that he only wants to talk to Sam. He only wants to eat African food. He only wants to see the African art at the Natural History Museum in London. Like, his character is so well established in this episode, because immediately, if you're paying attention, you see, okay, this guy wants to like get back to Africa ASAP. He wants to get his Nigerian guy and he wants to go back to Africa. And because Sam stands for something that Edwin doesn't understand. Sam stands for what is right, for justice, for Nigeria to get, for Nigeria to get out from under that oil company that was ruining them. And it was Sam's influence that stopped the drilling, that stopped the pollution in the beaches. And I think Edwin sees that, and he sees that he could create relevancy to what he's trying to do, not to make something good, but to make himself look good.
Well, and also it's interesting to note too, when you mentioned that with the oil drilling in Africa and how Sam was influential in getting that to stop. The thing that Edwin doesn't see is that it's also the rest of the team that assisted Sam in helping that to happen too, in that protest.
He also doesn't see that team is something special.
Well, no, because
Richmond is something special. It's not Sam.
He's incredibly short-sighted. I mean,
exactly.
It's only what he sees to improve things.
Right.
That what he believes will improve things is that what he sees. And I think what he's trying to do, and Sam is not the kind of person to fall for this, is he is there to basically, like, even when they're in the restaurant and he stop it. And he says that, you know, when Sam asks, are these other actors? And he's like, no, these are friends. It's basically, that's his way of saying, that's Edwin's way of saying to Sam, this is what you could have if you come with me. Like, this is what my friends get to do.
But that's not something that Sam's, what he doesn't understand is Sam's not interested.
Well, that's what I said. Like, this, right. It's an influence. It's something that's not going to work on Sam.
Right.
Edwin just doesn't know.
It would work on
that.
Danny Rojas, probably.
Probably. Yeah. I mean,
it would work on Jamie Tart, maybe.
I think it would work on almost anybody else on that team. But Sam.
Yeah, he picked the exact wrong person.
Yeah. He picked the wrong person to do that.
Even Aurora agrees with me.
Aurora will agree with anything as long as it gets her attention.
Ben has the most beautiful cat, and she likes to cuddle with Ben, and Ben thinks it's annoying.
I don't think her cuddling with me is annoying. It's when she's walking around meowing.
That's because she wants you to pick her up.
And that's not always it.
It's so cute. And then she nuzzles him and doesn't want to let go. And it just makes you want a cat.
So apologies if you hear her in the background because I can't stop her now that we've already started.
There she goes again.
So you're right. Edwin has chosen the wrong person to kind of pull this influence on because it's not going to, it's not a big spoiler at all. It's not going to work on Sam. Yeah. Although they do a good job in believing that it might. That phone call at the end when he's talking to his father, saying how incredible the whole day was. Like, they do a good job of making us believe that, Sam's going to fall for this.
I think that we as viewers, I never thought Sam was going to leave.
Me neither.
The first time I watched it. Because I think that if you've been paying attention, you understand that Sam's values are not monetary.
No, I agree. It's and even so much so is in, you look at like the wealth that Edwin Akufu is parading when he's there visiting. But even before Edwin Akufu shows up, a good indication as to how Sam lives his life is him and Colin in the parking lot after that game. Colin is driving a Lambo.
Yeah.
Sam's driving a Tesla.
I know.
Like, he's environmentally conscious because he's driving an electric car. Mm-hmm. Granted, Teslas can be expensive, but Sam uses his wealth and earnings for good. Exactly. Mm-hmm. So,
and he uses his celebrity for good. I mean, he had an opportunity to speak out against what was being done in his country, and he did so eloquently. And he is such a good teammate and such a good friend that his team backed him up. His whole team backed him up.
Jamie started, of all people, to back him up.
Yeah. Team has to wear the same kit. I mean, what a moment, you know? So you look back on something like that and you look forward to, and that just proves that Edwin just sees an opportunity. He doesn't see a person. Because if he had been paying attention, he wouldn't have even approached Sam. Or he would have taken a different approach.
I don't even see him as him seeing an opportunity. He sees a trophy.
Right. Well, I think that's what I'm trying to get to. And that's a much better word that you're using. Yeah.
Edwin sees Sam as a trophy.
Yeah.
Sam is 100%. An award.
His trophy player, like a trophy wife.
Yeah, exactly. Trophy player. I don't know if I have anything else on Edwin Akufu at this moment because we'll get more into him next episode in the finale.
Extremely unlikable character
from the beginning,
from the get-go. Yeah,
from the beginning. Yeah. I mean, likable in a sense that like you kind of want to smack him around a little bit, but in a sense of like character-wise, personality-wise, he is an unlikable character from the start. From the moment he lands on the pitch.
Yep. Before you even see him.
Yep. Exactly.
100%. I have half expected to see Nate running out there. No.
Well, let's talk about Nate for a moment. Ugh. I know.
Do we have to?
I mean, look.
I know we have to because that's as Roy would say, that's the job, mate.
We are on the precipice of the culmination of what is about to happen.
Oh, God.
I mean, we're not going to say what it is because that's next episode.
I think that even if you haven't seen the show, it's very obvious that Nate made a move in this episode.
But even from the beginning, when Will comes in and says, "I got the suit Ted bought you dry cleaned."
What? I mean, Will, come on, man.
And Nate takes offense to that. But you know what? Like, not to defend Nate, but he's got a point. Like, no, this is my suit now.
It's my effing suit, man.
It's my suit.
Yeah.
Will was wrong in that moment. But Nate
Do you think
takes
Will
it a
was
little too
trying to
far.
make a joke? Like try to be a part of the Diamond Dogs? Like he's Diamond Dog Jr. puppy dogs?
I don't. I think Will is
Charcoal
kind of.
puppies.
I think charcoal. Carbon wolves.
That's Lasso. He's a carbon wolf.
He's a carbon wolf. No, I think Will is like Jan. Like he just has an innocence about him, and he just speaks what he's thinking at that moment. He
I think
sees
Jan is
that
just a
suit.
dick, but I get your analogy.
Will is just speaking what he knows of that suit. He knows that Ted bought that suit, so it was just instinctual for him to say, like, "Oh, I got the suit that Ted bought you. Wash."
I got the most non-black colored suit you can wear to a funeral pressed for you, you dick. That would have been better.
But Nate does take it a little aggressively.
He
Like,
is aggressive.
yeah. Well, even in the next moment when he talks about the false nine and he brings it to Ted's attention, and Ted is all about it. He's like, "Yeah, we're going to do this in practice today."
What do you call it though?
He calls it the fake nine.
Fake nine.
Yeah. It's like, well, it's the false nine, but immediately after Ted leaves the room, he can't say it with Ted in the room because he doesn't have the balls for that. But like, he says it to Roy and Beard. Like, do you think that if this plan works, Ted's just going to take all the credit for it? And you, like you said, Roy's like, well, that's the job.
That's the job, mate.
Roy and Beard already are aware of this and acknowledge it. Because
also if it doesn't work, Ted also gets 100% of the blame.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, if it works, Ted gets 100% of the joy because he also has to handle it when it doesn't work.
Yeah, when
Beard and Roy don't.
When Richmond loses, it's not Nate, Beard, or Roy in that press conference. It's Ted.
Yep.
Ted takes the heat.
And it's just so immature not to see that. But on the same token, Beard, Roy, and Ted could have brought him up and educated him a little bit more than what they've been doing.
Well, I want to say real quick too, on that note, I'm jumping to the very end of the episode. I'm not talking about the text message. We'll talk about that.
I do like it that he said this is Trent Krim, and then it says The Independent.
The Independent. But we'll talk about that.
I know.
But the fact we've talked, one of the things we've mentioned is the use of music in this this show. Mm-hmm. The fact that the show ends with Karma Police by Radiohead.
Yeah.
That was a great song choice.
Yes.
Because it does almost seem like this is karma in the way Ted has treated Nate coming back to bite him.
Yes. And the thing is that I think Ted 100% has taken Nate for granted. But Nate hasn't done anything to tell him, hey man, please pay attention to me.
Well, not only that, but Nate has been, because we've talked about that. Like upon first watch of this, when this goal comes to a head, it shocked us as viewers.
Yeah.
But now upon rewatch of this, we see the seeds planted towards this. We see it a little differently. and we see there is blame on both sides.
And we see I think the biggest indicator of that is when Ted laughs at Nate. What was that, 4 or 5 episodes ago?
Not only that, but I mean, the other moment too is when Ted pushes Nate out of the way to congratulate Roy. Like almost shoves him out of, like walks right past him.
Oh, well.
There was on the sideline of the pitch during one of the games.
Yeah. I mean, it's
the
obvious
signal, that was that episode.
I love that signal. I mean, it's obvious that Nate hasn't been a part of the coaching staff for a while because of the way that he dresses on the pitch, especially since earlier in the episode, like we talked about, or earlier in the season, like we talked about a few minutes ago, Jamie said a team should wear the same kit. I mean, that is a really good piece of foreshadowing for what's happening on the coaches' sideline, because 3 of the 4 coaches are wearing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And
and
a team should wear the same kit.
Not only that, but one of the other things I noticed this episode too is every time Nate has been out there in a suit, he's still kind of blended in a little bit. This episode, when this episode starts with Sam and like with them winning the game, and then you see the coaches, Nate stands out.
Yeah, because he's wearing the suit that Ted gave him.
Yeah, he's wearing the suit that Ted bought him. Thanks, Will.
Also known as his funeral suit, his game suit, his party suit, his dinner suit.
Well, we see him buy a new suit by the end of this episode. And
that's a funeral suit.
That, yeah. Black shirt, black tie, like black suit. Like
Johnny Cash. Yeah.
Yep. But we also see and we talked about this a couple episodes ago, in that some of the confidence that Keely and Rebecca were influencing into Nate was going to backfire. And we see that happen firsthand this episode, because Nate builds up the confidence and he kisses Keely.
That was the dumbest thing in the whole world that he could have done. That is Roy Kent's girlfriend. Are you out of your ever-loving mind?
Well, I also think that's because Nate has been filled with so much of this false confidence that I think he even believes he's better than Roy.
I think that Keely makes everybody feel better about themselves and feel really good, because that's just Keely. And really insecure small men can take that the wrong way.
Yep. 100%.
That's why women want to be nice to people. Like, they really do. But if you're too nice, all of a sudden you're asking for it, right? So it's I think a really good example of, women are so warm and can be so warm and make people feel better. And then dickheads like Nate ruin it for all the other men.
No, I mean, that's accurate. Because I mean, and then we see it, like, it instantly breaks Nate. It breaks that confidence, because next time we see him, he runs into the dressing room and he's got tears in his eyes. He's broken. Well,
and he shares his water moisture with the
mirror.
With the mirror. Yeah.
It's one thing to do that at home. It's something completely different to do that in a dressing room of a, like, very.
The last time we saw him do it, he was in a restaurant.
Oh, that's right. He was in the restaurant of where he meets Jade.
Fucking Jade.
The Greek restaurant. That's what it was. Greek. I was trying to think of the nationality.
What's it called, that restaurant?
A Taste of Athens.
That's what it is. Taste of Athens.
You couldn't get a table at a restaurant called A Taste of Athens. Yeah, I mean, but we see this, like, this breaks Nate again, to the point where he does what he does to the mirror. And I mean, it's so disgusting. We don't even like saying what it is.
Watching it roll down the mirror was the worst part for me.
It's disgusting.
Hate stuff like that.
I mean, and I get it. Like, this is him doing this to himself. Like, everybody else he feels everybody else has done to him. That's not a way to build confidence.
Right.
It, like, you're putting yourself down by doing that. And it's just, we're seeing this harmful nature that, unfortunately, we're not going to see Nate come around from for a while.
That's, yep.
Nate has a lot of hard lessons to learn. And, sadly, we're not going to see them start until, like, I think even halfway through next season.
Oh, maybe even later than that.
It's a short time.
It doesn't feel short. It really doesn't. Like, I remember watching the 3rd season going, oh my gosh, come on. But let me see. Yeah, I got that on Nate. I got that. Yeah, so I mean, if we could go into a little bit with Trent Krim here, because we are still on Nate. Or do
okay. No, we can do that, because you're right. It does tie into Nate.
Because at the end here, we see that Nate has made his move, right?
Yes. We talked about this in spoilers a couple episodes back
Right.
during it, I think Man City.
Yeah,
was when
we've been waiting for this moment to come
Yes.
because, you know, we knew how this season ended. And then we also knew that Trent Krim was fishing around a little bit too about what had happened at that game.
Well, that's
So-
just the curiosity of a reporter. I don't put any really blame on Trent for that.
He's a good reporter too.
He's a good reporter. I mean, and
he's a good man.
A good reporter is going to chase the story. You know.
And which is why he said, listen, I'm a journalist. I highly respect you, but I am a journalist and this is a scoop.
Yeah.
And if I don't print it, somebody else is going to print it.
The fact that Trent even told Ted, like sent him a message and said, hey, this is front page tomorrow. I just wanted to let you know my source is Nate. Reporters do not reveal sources.
No, I think, is it unethical?
It is. It's because you're not supposed to do that as a reporter. There's a reason why sources remain anonymous.
Right.
So for a reporter to, you know, for a reporter to do that, I don't think shows. I don't want that to come across as saying like, well, Trent's unethical. He's not. This is just the massive respect he has for Ted.
Right.
Because he
And
knows
it
this is going to harm Ted.
It's going to harm the team.
Yeah.
I mean, there's somebody that is undermining the team for their own personal benefit.
And using Ted as the weapon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mean,
as the
Ted
bullet.
is loved by the press at this point.
Yeah.
They love him. He's press gold.
They're one game away from being promoted.
Mm-hmm. I mean, Nate could not have chose. I mean, yes, a worse time to do this, but also best time to do it.
Oh no, this was intentional from Nate.
You know what I mean? Like it's best for Nate, but not best for the team he works for the coach that brought him up from Kitman. It's disgusting to me.
Yeah.
The whole thing is disgusting.
Well, when we talked about it during the Man City episode in the spoiler territory, we saw like when Ted reveals it to the rest of the team, the look on Nate's face, he just put a bullet in the chamber.
Yeah.
And talking to Trent, he fired that bullet.
I'm wondering if Rupert told him to do it. I don't want to get too far into this though.
Yeah, because that's it's teetering on spoiler.
No,
stuff.
The minute I said it, I felt bad.
It's teetering a little bit.
I'm just gonna put Rupert spoiler.
So yeah, like I mean,
sorry.
You know, we're seeing very clearly that Nate is making a power move. He wants credit for the stuff that he's coming up with, for the plays that he's doing. He wants Ted's position. He thinks he's better than Ted at this point.
It's just, and he thinks he's better just because he knows the game better. But that's not why Ted is staying as head coach. Ted being head coach has nothing to do with his knowledge of the game.
No, it's his relationship with the players.
It's the fact that he is a coach.
Yeah.
He relies on Beard for the game.
Yeah.
He relies on Roy for the game. Look at the three people that he has around him. They know their game inside and out. Ted knows people. It's a perfect coaching team. Well,
even in the moment, and I want to try and find the exact line because I think it's really good. You know, when Beard tells him, he says, you know, we used to believe that trees competed with each other for light. Suzanne Simard's fieldwork challenged that perception, and now we realize that the forest is a socialist community. Trees work in harmony to share the sunlight. And Nate, can you just give me a straight answer for once? And Roy, I think he just did. The fact that Roy understood that.
Yeah.
And Nate couldn't comprehend what Beard just told him.
He could. It didn't serve Nate and his ultimate purpose.
Yeah, Nate didn't want to hear.
That was a choice that he made.
Nate didn't want to hear we work together as a team.
Right. He didn't want to be brought back from what he has already resolved to do.
Yeah. Nate wants the individual praise.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a team win. It's Nate's win.
And he feels that he has some sort of camaraderie with Beard and Roy, because some of the things that he says to Beard and Roy, like, if I was Beard, I would be taking this to Ted. I'd be like, listen, man, he's upset. I don't know where it's coming from, but Beard has to know, because he's one of the most observant characters in the entire show. So the fact that Beard never said anything to Ted, I think, is a serious misstep on Beard's part.
Well, do you think it's a camaraderie between them, or do you think from Nate's point of view? I mean, I see what you're saying from Beard's point of view, because I agree. Beard should have said something. So I do think, as hard as it is to admit, I do think Beard is slightly to blame for some of what is happening or what is about to happen coming up. But I think from Nate's point of view, like, Nate is very open with Beard and with Roy. And a part of me believes that's because Nate already feels like he's above them.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Like he's already on a level above them.
How long was he Kitman?
I don't know.
It'd be interesting. And, this is something that is just, we're podcasting, so we go this deep. But it'd be interesting to know if he was there longer than Roy Kent.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
And the only reason why I ask is because he probably feels that he has seniority in this moment. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I wonder. Let's see. If I look at his, history. Oh, no, that starts with being bullied. It doesn't show anything. Yeah, I don't really know if it's ever been revealed how long he was Kitman for AFC Richmond before Ted shows up.
Well, I mean, obviously he has, quote unquote seniority over Ted and Beard, but I'm just talking about Roy. Because if he was there before Roy was added as a player, then he would feel some sort of superiority over them as he got more comfortable in his role, because that's just the kind of dickhead character that he is.
Yeah. Yeah. But I mean, still, you're just a fucking Kitman. Like,
right.
Not saying like you're not part of the team, because every single person is a part of that team. Even Will is a part of that team.
Right.
So it's kind of degrading to say you're just a Kitman, but on my part. But yeah, like maybe he was there longer than Roy. I don't know. That's a good question.
Yeah.
I'm very curious I might have to do some digging to see if I can figure that out. To see if it's ever been revealed.
Yeah. Anyways, Nate sucks. He's going to suck for a while, and it sucks to suck.
And he's going to suck even worse next episode.
Yeah. So, those of you who haven't seen the show that are following along with us, Nate's not getting any better. Sorry.
No.
Spoiler alert. He's not getting any better, and he sucks. And now I can just say it. He's just like Jack. Jack just sucks. Nate just sucks. Nate sucks, and and it sucks to suck.
Jack just sucks.
Nate just sucks. Just as a quick aside, because listening to Steve say that gave me the thought, but we're watching Lost as a family right now, and last night we watched Not Penny's Boat, and it was not great.
I'm sure. The moment you texted me and told me we're about to watch Not Penny's Boat, I was like, oh, I think my exact response was, oh no.
Oh no. Yeah. So Danny hid under the covers. Adam had his head in his hands the whole time. It was a sad day. It was so sad that we had to watch the season premiere, which also shows Claire finding out about Not Penny's Boat.
So, oh no.
It's like a 1-2 punch. At least it's over, to tell you the truth. At least
for now.
Because I told the kids, I said, listen, this was a huge moment for Lost fans. Like this right here. It is iconic. If you're a Lost fan, not just saying Not Penny's Boat is iconic. We know what you're talking about. We know we are blasted there immediately in our brain. So I said, congratulations, you are now a part of the zeitgeist when it comes to Lost.
I mean, oh God, just wait till you get to Sawyer and Juliet.
Shh, quiet. Anyways, On a happier note, shifting away from Lost, Higgins has an office again.
I know he got his office back, which is great. And
He came in, Ted comes in, he goes, "You're not here to tell me I'm leaving again, are you?"
Well, I mean, even like, so this kind of takes us into the Dr. Sharon stuff. And, because we find out that Dr. Sharon is leaving AFC Richmond. She's moving on to another team. And seeing Ted working with the team to do their dance number
Which is great.
bye. But seeing, like, after Ted walks away and Coach Beard take over and the team does the number and Beard's like, that's it. And like how hard they cheer that they got it right.
Yeah. Well, I mean, how hard they celebrated when they got High Boss right.
That's right. And this is not, I'm not going to say too much detail, but this is not the last time we see the team do something like this.
No, not at all. I love it. It has very, very big Remember the Titans vibes when they do this.
Everywhere
we go, people want to know. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that's a good reference to
who we are. Sorry, we watch Remember the Titans a lot in this house.
That's a great movie.
Yeah, I think it's one of Danny's favorite movies, so she's always watching it.
But yeah, so I mean, we see, Ted walks into Higgins' office now to find out that Dr. Sharon has left everybody notes. And I agree with Ted. Like, I felt with Ted there, like Ted being upset that she didn't even say goodbye. To the point where he runs off and he stands outside of her flat until she returns and confronts her inside the flat. And I came to a really good realization this episode because, we see Ted confront Dr. Sharon about leaving, about the breakthrough that they had. Dr. Sharon admitting she had the breakthrough as well, saying like, you made me better, which says a lot because I was already fucking great. I love that about Dr. Sharon. The breakthrough that she had, that she can reveal her emotions to help get emotions out of other people. That is a major breakthrough for a therapist. And then
especially for a therapist like her.
Yeah.
Who is so emotionally unavailable just as a personality.
But the realization that I came to is when she convinces Ted, like everything she wanted to say is in the letter, and he finally decides to read the letter. And as a fan, like the first time around, I was like, I want to know what she wrote.
Me too.
And this time around, I was like, watching Ted's face and seeing how meaningful that letter was to him, it made me realize, and I there's a personal experience tied to this that made me realize this. I don't need to know. That moment is for Ted and Dr. Sharon. We as viewers don't need it.
That's kind of like, did you ever watch The Office?
When what Pam and Michael say when Michael leaves.
No, I was thinking about what the note said in the teapot from Jim.
Oh, that too.
Yeah.
That too. But also on the same note, when Michael leaves the office and Pam runs up to him and you can see them talking, you never know what they said to each other.
Right.
No, so the personal moment that I tie into that, and I think I know you know about this, and I think I've mentioned it on this podcast before. Last summer, I had the opportunity to meet Michael J. Fox. 35 years in the making. This was a surreal moment for me.
Yeah.
And I immediately regretted not taking a picture with him. And then I thought about it. I was like, you know what? I have that memory.
Yeah.
Nobody else needs to share in that memory but me. Yeah. That's my memory. I'm okay that I didn't get a picture with Michael. And that kind of made me think about this moment with the letter. I was like, you know what? That's for them. I don't need to know what was in that letter.
I like it when she starts talking to him. She's like, this is all in that letter. If you would just read the letter.
She tries hard to just get him to read the letter.
But I get it. Ted, and she should have known this about Ted. She should have known this about Ted. She could have left everybody else their little notes, but she should have known this about Ted. Ted needs an actual goodbye. He needs closure because he has had a life without closure.
Well, yeah, exactly. Closure was a big word that I had written down here too, because that's something that Ted absolutely needs. But I also love at the same time that they do get their goodbye together. They go out, after he gives her the envelope of cash, they go to the pub.
We got you a whole load of cash. Here's your gift. It's such a dumb gift. Here's a pile of cash.
But I love that. I would have taken that gift.
Still, I mean, get her a plaque or something. A bicycle bell. I mean,
flowers.
Something.
But I love that when they're at the pub and he says he's got to use his second favorite Diamond Phillips, the Lou.
Yeah.
That he buys her a beer and leaves her the note. And the note just says goodbye. And she's like, son of a bitch stole my move.
Which is? What is that a callback to?
Oh, that's a callback to Good Will Hunting.
There you go. I was waiting for you to give the Robin Williams
son of a bitch stole my line.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. Which, I don't know if you know this or not, completely improvised by Robin Williams.
I thought you were going to tell me it was improvised by Dr. Sharon.
No, that was improvised by Robin Williams at the end of...
I always assume that people like Robin Williams improvise most of their lines because it's just going to be better than whatever anybody has to offer. I mean, nothing against writers, because writers are brilliant, but oftentimes the funniest moments or the most poignant moments are improvised moments.
Well, it's like, even like going back to The Office, a lot of that you kind of watch and you're kind of like, I wonder how much of this was improvised. But when you watch interviews with them, like they say like that the writing was so good that a lot of times it was not improvised. It was written.
They were the writers.
Well, that's also true. That's a valid point. That is a very valid point. Never really picked up on that. Well, they weren't all writers. Mindy Kaling was a writer.
BJ Novak was a writer.
BJ Novak was a writer, and Paul. I forget his name.
They all have writing credits. If you look at IMDb.
No, Krasinski, Kinney, Rain. None of them. All the bigger cast did not have writing credits on the show,
which is interesting to me because Krasinski is a writer.
I know.
The Quiet Place is one of my all-time favorite movies.
I'm excited for the prequel.
Yeah, but I still wish that it was the same family because I love that family, or Cillian Murphy. I need more Cillian Murphy in my life. I'm really there is this
watch
huge
the Oscars tonight.
Gaping hole. I don't have time to watch the Oscars tonight. I got work tomorrow. I haven't even done anything yet.
Everybody that's listening is like, the Oscars were last night.
Yeah, but here's the deal. The next day, I look at all the list of winners and I watch the acceptance speeches that I want to watch, and I save 4 hours of my life.
Do you know, not getting too far off topic, but I just recently went back and rewatched Michelle Yeoh, Jamie Lee Curtis, Ke Huy Quan, and Brendan Fraser's acceptance speeches from last year.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
Because they're so good.
What you do.
They're so good. What do you mean that's what I do?
You rewatch speeches.
I do. I do rewatch speeches.
So don't. What do you mean?
When they're emotional and anyway, we're all topic.
I'm watching Walking Dead tonight. The Ones Who Live. Okay. That's my life right now. Until it's over, that's my life. I look forward to it. I talk about it. I watch it. I want to rewatch it. Don't have time.
What the hell were we talking about?
We're talking about Lasso, yeah. I think.
Yes. Oh shit. That's one of my notes too. Well, I'll mention it in quotes because it is a quote. So seeing, Dr. Sharon and Ted's goodbye was sad because it is a moment because we've grown to like Dr. Sharon at this moment. At this point in time,
she's a part of our team now.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm ready to move on to Roy and Keeley.
Okay.
Unless you have anything else with Dr. Sharon.
No, I actually don't have a lot more to say at all. So
Okay.
yeah.
So then I want to say that I got to mark my little star next to this because that's spoiler talk. Make sure I didn't bring it up. We're seeing a lot of, we get to see Roy spend a little time with Miss Bowen in this episode, leading into the photo shoot with Roy and Keeley. And it's interesting because I didn't know how to take this upon first watch. Like, I'm like, is this the two of them breaking up? Like, I don't know what this is. Is this the first kind of fracture that we're seeing in this relationship that we love so much? And then upon analyzing it and watching it this time around, I think I figured it out. And I'm curious to what your thoughts are. This is two people who have supported each other and continue to support each other so much that they help each other grow. And they're two people that are now kind of realizing they're outgrowing each other. Their growth has gotten so big. Roy is realizing that Keeley has become so independent that she doesn't need Roy. And that other people are going to, I think there's a bit of jealousy involved. He wasn't threatened by Nate kissing Keeley. He calls it awkward. But when she finds out that Jamie still admits he has feelings, now he's threatened. Because that was when he reacted. He didn't react to Nate. And that was physical. This was just something Jamie said.
Because
and he felt
because Keeley and Jamie had a really long relationship, and Jamie's done a lot of growing. Nate is just not a threat at all.
No, not to Roy.
So I see that, but I think this is the most forced storyline in the entire series.
Fracturing them?
It is unnatural. It happens out of nowhere. It's completely forced. I don't think that they've outgrown each other. I think that they make each other better. And I think it's okay to say that you are made better by your partner. I think it's okay I am an independent woman. I am also devoted to my husband, and I love my husband, and I can't imagine my life without my husband. I don't want to imagine my life without my husband. But if something horrible were to happen to him, or if we were separated because he was in the military for 22 years, I'm okay. I'm independent.
Yeah.
But I am made better by my husband. But I believe that he is made better by me.
And I almost want to wonder if maybe it's Roy is feeling like he's holding Keeley back.
And I take issue with that. I really do. I don't think, I think that this is where men largely, right? Because this is a male written show. But I also saw it in the movie Barbie, which I believe is a female written show. Mm-hmm. I think that we as people get the idea of feminism incorrect all the time. Women do not need to prove their worth by their independence. It is okay for us to rely on our partners to make us better. In the movie Barbie, we are not looking to be better than men. We are just looking for equality. That's it. The minute we start looking for something more than basic equality, we are no better than the men in the past that have tried to keep us down.
I agree with that.
So, but this is the issue I have with feminism just as a whole, because I am a feminist, but I'm a feminist for equality. I'm not a feminist to be better than another person. And I don't think that that's what we should be looking for ever. Mm-hmm. And I think that this is where they got this storyline 100% wrong.
Okay.
It's the one thing that I really honestly take issue in this whole series. I think this is the most unnatural part of the show. And I just wish that it never happened. Like Monica and Chandler made each other better. They didn't have to go through the breakup and the will they or the won't they. They didn't have to do the Ross and Rachel. And you know what? When you look at the show Friends, we gravitate more towards Monica and Chandler because they're safe, they're stable. They make us believe that we can have that too. We don't want the drama.
Monica and Chandler's relationship as friends is quite honestly, of all television, one of my favorite couples, like of all time. There are so many moments in their relationship that I like love and like that make me laugh. There's the episode where they get back from their wedding and they realize they lost the cameras. And Chandler goes to another person's wedding to take all the fake pictures. And at the same time, Monica opened all the gifts. And when they
call it even,
yeah, okay, and they high five, like, and it's done. It's forgotten.
That's relationship goals right there. No, we don't want Ross and Rachel. We want Monica and Chandler in our lives, in our own personal lives. We are looking for our Monica and Chandler. We are not looking for Ross and Rachel. And I think that so many times, and we've talked about this countless times, television always gets this wrong. We are tired of the Ross and Rachel trope. Give us the stability. Give us, this is what you want. This is, your goal is to be made better by your partner.
Well,
and it's okay to evolve together.
And I think that's one of the reasons why we gravitated, going back to Lost for a minute, we gravitated more towards Sawyer and Juliet
100%
than we did Jack and Kate or any other relationship on that show, is because they were together and they were stable. They were confident in what they had. They supported each other. It was a supportive relationship.
Even when Jack and Kate came back, they weren't shaken.
Yeah.
You know, that is what we want as people. We want our stability. We want to know that everything is going to be okay in the most important relationship in our lives.
Yeah.
I'm sorry that we took kind of a path.
No, I wanted you to talk about this because I'm glad, because I want to know what your thoughts are on all of this. I don't want it to just be my thoughts that are out there. Like, I'm glad you have an opinion on this. But now my mind is just like, you opened all the gifts. You kissed another woman. Call it even.
Call it even. Okay.
Now I want to watch that episode because that's a great.
But that's their whole relationship. You know, they're open with each other, even when they're insecure, and they talk to their friends about how they're insecure, and their friends give them terrible advice. They still go back and they talk to each other, and then they make fun of their friends for giving them terrible advice.
And they make fun of each other for even questioning things.
Right.
You know. Yeah.
Or Howard and Bernadette.
Oh, Howard and
Big Bang Theory.
Yeah,
There's another relationship that, you know, they made each other better.
Yeah.
Significantly better.
Oh, man. Jeez, did they make each other? Howard in particular. Good Lord. He's
unwatchable before Bernadette. Unwatchable.
Yeah. He's just a horrible character before Bernadette comes in. So much so that I don't know if that show, I really don't know if that show would have gone on as long as it did. With some of those characters,
without Howard and Bernadette, without the addition of Amy Farrah Fowler, and their recurring characters were strong.
Oh,
every time I saw Zach, I got excited.
Once they developed, oh my god, I love Zach.
I wish that they would have brought him back more to, like, if maybe he dated Bernadette for a while.
Oh my god, I can't even imagine that. He talks crazy. He says,
I'm so sorry to the listeners.
He says crazy things. Watch Marco Polo.
The way he holds a wine glass where it's like just fisting.
Yep. He's fisting the stem. Yes. Zach was such a great recurring character.
What a great character. Yeah. I love Zach.
Anyway, so the only other thing I have left to talk about on my list anyway, I mean, you know, we did get some with Roy and Miss Bowen, which kind of felt like they were almost shipping them a little bit. It seemed like they were kind of using Miss Bowen as a distraction that maybe Roy could sway. But I'm glad that they didn't go that case. Let's see. The only other things I have, I talked about the photo shoot. We got the Sam and Rebecca Cheers reference that we've been making for a while. You know, Ted makes it himself, and we know Sudeikis has the connection to Cheers in that he's George Wendt's nephew. So I love anytime they get to throw a Cheers reference in there. And we get Rebecca and Ted, with Rebecca revealing to Ted she had the relationship with Sam.
Not as big of a revelation as the last penultimate.
No, not in the slightest.
I like when Ted's like, oh, this is the second time in a year or something about this time last year. You also gave me another bombshell. Yeah, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, for sure. I think that's pretty much everything I have without going into spoilers.
I was disappointed in Rebecca this episode just because I thought that she was just kind of vanilla when she's always funfetti.
Well, because I don't think she was the focus of the episode.
Right. No, I understand that, but she's still Rebecca.
True. Boss ass bitch.
Exactly. Where's Nora? Where's Nora when you need her?
Where's Nora? Yeah, exactly. Anything left for you before we go into spoilers? Okay. So then with that being said, if you're new to this and if this is your first watch and you want to skip the spoilers, we're going to spend a couple minutes on spoilers. So just check the show notes to when we can come back to talk about some of our favorite quotes. That said, I want to stick right to that moment because this is one of my spoilery things in that reveal. Like when Ted says, you're going
to say exactly what I was going to say. So I'm really excited.
We did this last year. It seems to be that time. And then they say, see you next year. I honestly got choked up.
Because what the bombshell is.
It's that Ted's going home.
Ted has a bombshell for Rebecca.
Yep. It is the penultimate episode of next season is the episode when Ted reveals to Rebecca that he's going home.
And then they do the goodbye, Auf Wiedersehen.
Well, that's in the finale.
No, that's what I'm saying. So that we're still doing the songs.
Yes,
and that's what I'm saying.
When I said we see the team do more of this.
Yeah.
They do it for Ted.
Right.
And they get just as excited when they nail it.
Of course they do, because they're the most adorable little boy adults you've ever seen in your life. I do want to talk about one in particular. Did you have anything else on that?
No, like I said, like when they say like I'll see you next year, like I said, I honestly got a little choked up.
When Dave and I looked at each other like, oh, Bill.
Yeah.
So what I almost said earlier, I just want to kind of go into now a little bit. I don't know that Nate would have thought to do this on his own. He is not that he's not that skilled of a chess player, so to speak. I think that he's already in talks with Rupert. He's already been, obviously by last week, he had already been approached by Rupert in that conversation when he was whispering in his ear on his way out of the funeral. And so I think that they're still in talks. And I think that Rupert said, if there's anything that you have on Ted, you might want to use it or something like that. I think that this is all orchestrated by Rupert.
I can see that. I didn't really put any thought into that until you made mention of it earlier on.
Yeah.
That you're right, because we do see Rupert whispering in Nate's ear at the funeral.
Mm-hmm.
And there have probably been other talks since then.
Especially since at the end of this episode, we see him and he's announced as the new head coach. That's not something that happens overnight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Rupert had to buy this team secretly. He had to figure out his coaching staff secretly.
He's announced as the new owner, not the new head coach.
No. I'm sorry. When Nate is announced as the new head coach.
Yeah.
And like all of those pieces don't just like happen. Like you've got to put them all in place. So my guess is that Rupert is going after Rebecca in this way.
Rupert is the Moriarty of this situation.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's very good. Very good literary reference, Ben. You get a ticket. I give my students tickets when they do something good.
Look, I'm not going to lie. I love Sherlock Holmes. So any chance I get to make a Moriarty reference, I will take it.
Perfect. Perfect.
That is one of the few series of books I have actually read them all.
I've never read Sherlock Holmes.
There's not many. I think there's maybe 4 or 5 Sherlock Holmes books. There's not many.
I have them in my classroom library, and I've never read them.
But Moriarty is a character who is referenced in every book.
Oh no, I know that because I've watched the Benedict Cumberbatch show.
Sherlock is so good.
And it's so good. Smaug and Bilbo Baggins together?
But you also don't meet Moriarty until the final book. He is only referenced in the other books.
Okay.
He is the mastermind behind the scenes until the final confrontation.
Ooh, fun. I gotta read those books.
They're good. They're good books. No, I agree with you. I think there is definitely some whispering. Now that you've said it, I do think there's some Rupert influence going on here.
I just don't see Nate as being savvy enough to pull something like this off. He's reactionary enough to do it. He's angry enough to do it. But to seek out Trent Krim to give him this piece of information going, you know what I mean? Like that's asking a lot of this character who can't even get a table at Taste of Athens.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. He doesn't have the confidence to He doesn't even have the confidence to request a window table.
Right.
And he's going to go to Trent Krim. Yeah, you're right. That's Rupert's doing.
Has to be.
I agree.
Has to be. So, I mean, how much? So if we go with that thought, it seems that Nate is under Rupert's spell, which Rebecca was under for a really long time. And Rebecca got out from it and she became better as a result. And we are going to see Nate come out of it. We're just going to watch the whole process. We didn't get to watch the whole process with Rebecca because you'll remember that Sassy says, man, you haven't met Rebecca, right? Well, we know Nate before he got into Rupert's claws, and he was a good dude. He was humble, he was modest, he was funny, he was kind. Mm-hmm. And then Rupert saw something weak. He saw the weak link in Nate because he was, and he took advantage of it to destroy Rebecca. And in doing so, he almost destroyed Nate. So if we see it as Nate is being brainwashed and then coming out of that abusive relationship at the end of season 3, I think, and I'm having this epiphany right now, I think it makes the next season more tolerable.
Okay. You mean the situation with Nate more tolerable in the next season?
Yes.
Okay. Because Am
I making sense?
No, you're making complete sense. And to make another literary reference, that makes Rupert the Voldemort of this show.
Or does it make him the Umbridge?
Oh, I don't know, but I was just instantly...
She's the worst character in all.
I was just instantly taken back to your post on Instagram from National Women's Day, where it was like all the women, not you, and then continues for Professor Umbridge. Let me tell you, of all of the movies and books, as there are some evil characters in that series.
Yeah.
God, I could not stand Umbridge.
Nobody can. And the actress that played her was brilliant.
And however, oh no, wrong actress. Never mind. The actress that plays the herbologist at Hogwarts.
Yeah, Madam Sprout.
Madam Sprout actually just recently came
Professor
out.
Sprout.
It just recently came out and said that she doesn't get why adults aren't over Harry Potter yet. She doesn't understand why adults like Harry Potter. Like, they should have gotten over it by now.
Why?
Right?
It's a magical beauty of literary genius.
Just
J.K. Rowling, we have problems with J.K. Rowling. I'm not letting that take away the magic of Harry Potter for me, ever.
Just tend to your plants and be quiet.
Yep. Harry Potter has been instrumental in my life, in my kids' life, in my family's life. So, you know what? Professor Sprout, shove it. Take that mandrake and shove it up your booty.
The only other thing I have for spoilers for this one, we do have a voicemail from Greg that was marked as spoilers, and it's from Rainbow. So Greg is playing catch up. We have a couple voicemails from him this week, and then we have a couple more next week. So we're spreading out his catching up because he sent us like 5 episodes.
15 minutes worth of voicemails. We're not doing that this week. Sorry, Greg.
The only other thing I have, though, in spoilers is the fact that did you pick up on the restaurant that Edwin Akufo takes Sam to, that he brought in his own chefs and everything? Do you know what that is?
Is that Sam's restaurant?
That's Sam's restaurant.
Nice.
That is the restaurant that Sam buys and opens at the end of
He calls it Ola, right?
I can't remember what he calls it.
OLA.
But at the end of this season, he purchases that restaurant. And next season, we see him actually turn it into a African restaurant.
Nigerian
restaurant.
Yes.
Which, good on Sam.
Yeah. See, he does what he does because he's a good man.
Yeah.
Oh, I love Sam Obasanya so much.
He's not going to fill it with friends. Well, he does fill it with friends quite often.
But he fills it with his actual friends.
The team.
He didn't have to pay anybody to be there.
Yeah. Well, because it even goes into show it. So when I mentioned earlier, the side of Edwin Akofo that we see next episode is the childish temper tantrum Edwin.
Because Sam says no.
He says no, he turns him down. But we also see it next season too, in that the next time Edwin comes to town, he buys all the reservations in Sam's restaurant so that the restaurant is empty that night.
I forgot about that.
That's just childish. Yeah. So that
he's such a jerk.
Because Sam's restaurant is so popular, like it's booked every night.
Right.
And then one time he comes in and there's nobody in the restaurant. And that's because Edwin
that's right before it got vandalized, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Golly.
So that's all I have for spoilers this episode. But we do have that voicemail, unless you have anything else.
Nope, I'm good.
You want to bring up. All right. So then before we drop out of spoilers and go into quotes, let's play this voicemail from Greg back from Rainbow.
Okay. So this is Greg again. And while I can totally appreciate the succinctness of limericks for an episode of Ted Lasso, you don't get all of the crazy shit, like all of the references. And you guys covered a whole mess of them. And it's not going to be about rom-coms. But I'll tell you what. No, this is spoiler only. Spoiler only. I'll tell you what. When Roy is sitting there tearing up over how he's 17 years old. We're not in the locker room with him. We don't have any idea what is going on in their lives. We're not there to help them become better people. When he's doing that, when he's talking about that, I swear to God, he is thinking about the article that Trent Krem wrote about him when he was 17. Mm-hmm. And he just had somebody talking shit about how he was overrated, and like it was like it on rewatch, it is shockingly, like, to me, obvious that he is thinking of exactly that. He is thinking of how his words will affect this 17-year-old boy before his wank before bed. Anyway, I just wanted to add that on. All right. Off to the signal.
That's a good pickup. I didn't think about that.
Ends it with his wank before bed.
Right. But I mean, that's a good point. Like, because we do find out in season 3 that there's a reason why Trent and Roy just has a dislike for Trent, and it's because Trent wrote a scathing article about Roy when he was younger, and that sticks with him. And you're right.
I love that confrontation that they have with each other too.
Yeah. I can't wait till season 3 because of Trent.
I know. I wish that he's barely in season 2. And it just sucks. Like, we only see him twice.
We get to see him next episode.
And then we saw him in the bar.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. We get to see
Unless
him.
I'm mistaken.
I think there was one other time in the beginning of the season that we saw him too. Maybe. Okay. But I love the fact that, in the season finale, next episode that we're going to talk about, it's at the press conference after they get promoted, and Ted instinctively goes to Trent for the first question, and Trent's not there. And it's because Trent resigns as a reporter and becomes Trent Krim, independent.
Independent, exactly.
Yep.
Oh gosh, I love him so much.
Trent is such a great addition to season 3. I cannot wait.
Well,
to get
he's
into some
like
of
those Reddit posts that I see all the time on the TV shows where it says who has the least amount of screen time and the most amount of popularity in your show, and I always think of Trent Crimm. He's the first one that I always think of.
Next season, next episode, next season. There's so much. That's all I have for spoilers.
I have nothing.
Okay. So then let's go into some of our favorite quotes before we go into some feedback. And I have a couple.
Okay.
There's one, I don't know if you picked up on it, but Edwin Akofo says, "Congratulations, you both just met a cool person."
Yeah.
That's a Ted Lasso line.
Yep.
That's what Ted says to Trent Crimm when they're in that Indian restaurant. When he goes to his cab driver's dad's Indian restaurant.
I love that scene. I got to go back and watch that scene because Ted is just so miserable throughout that whole meal and never lets that guy know it.
Yeah.
I think that he won Trent over in that meal.
Oh yeah, pretty sure.
That's the moment. Yep. I just saw cat hair just go like swinging by your
really?
screen.
Oh,
yeah. Just floated down.
That happens.
He's the cat gentleman, everybody.
Ted, yeah. Guess who's going to be featured in Vanity Fair's business issue as a powerful woman on the rise? I finally got it. This is incredible. Ted, yeah, not you. Keely. Oh, that makes more sense.
That's really great. Yeah. It's a good one. I love Ted. A lot of this episode, though, felt so forced to me because that was even kind of forced.
You think?
Maybe
you mean the fact
right.
that she got the Vanity Fair cover or Ted's reaction to it?
Ted's reaction, just, I don't know. There was something that felt forced about this episode to me.
Your eyebrows aren't crazy. Thank you. They're psychotic.
I
appreciate that.
Yeah.
But just the fact that Roy appreciates the honesty from Beard, he's like, I appreciate that.
I don't know. I think that Roy Kent would also want psychotic eyebrows.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Let's see. This is like more. This was one from Miss Bowen. Roy says he sees all the wine on the table, and he's like, "I always thought this is what teachers did when we went home."
Yeah.
And she says, "Art fundraiser tonight. For 20 quid, you can buy a kid's art. For 40, I'll send it home with you already in the rubbish bin." And then Roy, that's a solid business model.
I love it that Phoebe just drew a bunch of boobs.
Yeah.
Very accurate.
Very accurate charcoal drawings of tits. Miss Bowlegs, Miss Boring, Miss Bonehead, Miss Bennett, Miss Bendel, Bodie McBoatface, and then there's one little boy who simply calls me Fuckwitch, which is admittedly my favorite.
Yeah.
And then the only other one I have is
being the mean teacher is not fun.
And then the only other one I have is don't listen to me. Don't listen to Edwin Akufo. Don't listen to Sam. You just listen to your gut, okay? And on the way down to your gut, check in with your heart. Between those two things, they'll let you know what's what. They make good harmony. like two-thirds of Bone Thugs and Harmony. You know what I mean? That's good advice, too.
It's really good advice.
Yeah.
Listen to your gut, but on the way down, listen to your heart.
Check in with your heart.
Yeah. I'm going to actually probably put that on my board in my classroom this week.
That's good advice.
It's really good advice. And my teacher friend, she has her own Ted Lasso quote on her board that says, "Be curious, not judgmental."
I'm telling you, I want that as a tattoo. That's like, I might get that as a tattoo.
Do it.
Any quotes from your end? I know I kind of stole.
No, you said them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then with that being said, let's dive into some feedback, in which we got a couple Facebook posts and a couple more voicemails to play. So I'm going to turn it over to you first.
Okay.
To give us the Facebook feedback that we got.
All right. We have 2. I'll read both.
Okay.
because it's International Women's Day this past week. It's Women's Month right now. So we have 2 ladies in feedback, and it's going to be read by a lady.
There you go. I'm okay with this.
Megan Lehman says, I think I wanted to punch this guy even more than Rupert. One of the few people on this show that can never be and was never redeemed. Also, thanks for the explanation of Rebecca's marriage timeline last week. You clarified a lot. Oh,
well, there you go.
Yeah. Lindsay Schlicht. Hello, Lindsay. Glad to see you back in my inbox. I'm glad I've only watched this once, as I can't remember how Ted ends up handling being exposed for his mental health. It's Ted, so I'm assuming he does it with grace. Doesn't change how much I hate Nate. Word. Stupid little shit with his mirror spitting makes me wish this was a different type of show where he could have a brutal ending, like Game of Thrones style, like Ramsay Bolton style.
I was thinking the same thing.
If I was Keeley, I'd need to bleach my mouth.
Oh, that's harsh.
I love Rebecca and I understand her reasons, but I didn't love her making Sam's decision more difficult. She'd already broken up with him at this point. She should not have added herself into his decision. That scene with Roy and Keeley was very sad, but a bit confusing. It felt a little out of left field to have such a strong relationship fizzle out so quickly and easily. Sad we're losing Dr. Sharon too. So many endings this episode. It is a hard one. Lindsay, you and I have very similar thoughts on so many things, and I really hope you appreciated what I said earlier about Roy and Keeley, because I totally agree with you.
Yeah, you guys were pretty much on the same page with that one.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I get that. Like I said, I'm glad you spoke up about that, because that was a great point of view to see it all from, and it kind of changed the way I looked at it too.
Good. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you.
So let's switch into voicemails for the feedback, and we're gonna we're gonna go a Greg one. This goes back to Man City. So, like I said, we're gonna play catch up slightly. We're only going to play one of his voicemail. Well, 2, because we're going to play the one for this episode too. But this is his feedback from Man City a couple episodes ago.
Hello, back again. This is Greg. All right, Man City. So the podcast was great. I loved it. I thought it was fantastic. And I just wanted to point out a couple of things that I noticed that I don't remember you guys bringing up. I will just say that Brendan Hunt's physical comedy is practically unparalleled. When he turns and falls over the fence and then pops back up, it was very Andy Dwyer, and it was amazing.
Yeah, we didn't break that up.
It was, this is another tough watch for anybody, and Jamie is absolutely right. His dad is a dick, and in every situation, he just does what a dick would do. Yeah. Going into a visiting team's locker room to rub it not only in your son's face, but in the visiting team's face that they lost. God, like he just did what a dick would do. He's like, Philly fans. No offense. Oh, no offense. No offense, boys. No offense. Anyway, all right. Gonna hop on to Beard After Hours and see you guys in a bit. Bye.
Damn, Greg, you went there. It's true.
Greg, I'm not playing the rest of your feedback next week.
Oh my gosh!
No, I'm just kidding.
True.
We are
true.
We are the worst. We
the
are
worst. You're worse than Oakland fans, and Oakland fans are terrible.
Hold on. Let me kind of rephrase this a little bit. Let me come to a little bit of defense here.
No.
Eagles fans are the worst.
Who boos their own quarterback?
Philly fans, we're okay. We're bad. We're not the worst. I mean, we did pelt snowballs at Santa, but no, that was during a football game. Never mind. I take back what I said. Phillies fans are okay. Eagles fans are the worst.
Oh my goodness gracious.
Shots fired, Greg. Shots fired.
That was hilarious and true and accurate. And I fully support you, Greg. So.
I honestly, I don't know if it came over, but I dropped my pen when you said that.
It was hilarious.
I literally dropped my pen on my desk.
That was hilarious.
Anyway, thank you, Greg. Let's stick with Greg, and now we'll go into our feedback for Midnight Train to Boyden, and let's play Greg's feedback for that now.
Good morning, Revisited Cast.
This is Greg, and I am finally caught up with where you guys are at with Midnight Train to Royston. All right, so I made notes and stuff, so I'm just going to go through and appreciate the things that I either noticed or didn't notice on the first couple watches. So the NSYNC bye thing, if it's got to be me, Beard's response, if it's got to be me, I was like, oh man, that's good. Didn't notice it until now.
Gonna be me.
Sam Richardson, this is the first show that I've ever seen him in, or I had ever seen him in. So now every time I watch The After Party or every time I watch anything else and I see him in it, I am surprised that he doesn't have an African accent. And and he is just so phenomenal in this episode. So the Roy and Miss Bowen, like this entire sequence was just, it was difficult to watch, just because you know what Roy is, and in a different situation, maybe you hope that the two, Fuckwitch and Roy would connect. A good tip: always make sure that your phone calls are ended. I thought that was a really funny thing to throw in because, I've been there. And then, Ted with his Cheers reference, of course. Sam and Rebecca is the all-time favorite couples. Nate's suit, the plaid suit, is fucking horrible. Like, it looked like something that, one of those people from College Game Day would wear. Like,
yes,
I don't know if was it Dick Vitale or one of those announcers or commentators or whatever would wear these horrific suits. And I was just like, I do not understand this fucking fashion sense.
And it's too small.
Shopping in a place where rich twats are pissing away their money. Like, yep, never want to go to a place like that because I would walk out as I saw the prices. Higgins Ted and his incorporation into his every facet of himself going into the organization. Don't let her get away with it, Ted. It was amazing. It was absolutely amazing. And the fact that he knew exactly what Ted needed to come back and grab it. A little bit of a callback, actually, just to last episode. Keeley fixing Nate's tie when he comes out with the suit on it. Keeley is so amazing when Nate kisses her, and she just rolls with it, and she's like not awkward about it. She's like, hey, it happens to the best of us. Maybe she's been in this situation before. She has been a model. She's been in social situations with rich twats, and like maybe these things just happen to her. And for Nate, it is a mind-numbingly embarrassing situation. So you see the tear in his rolling down his face when he spits in the mirror and he leaves it there, which, like you guys said before, it's gross. But he's obviously going through this self-loathing. And then the Ted Sharon goodbye scene with the letter where he reads the letter and his face changes. And it's just like you can imagine the fact that they tossed in the word favorite. You spelled favorite wrong. So you kind of think to yourself, well, this has become my favorite place, my favorite job or my favorite location. That's my guess anyway. So then before the confessions, Keeley and Roy, they looked kind of loving. Afterwards, they looked like Alan Rickman and Emma Thompson at the end of Love Actually, where they're just like staring at the camera, and it was very, very awkward. And then, all right, back to callbacks. And I love the fact that they never call them out. They're just callbacks. Colin's Lamborghini callback, where it's way too much car for him. Henry, good thinking, Abe Lincoln. Yep, he has again infected his son with the best or worst, depending on your viewpoint, parts of him and his rhyming salutations. When Akufu introduces Sam and Banksy, you both just met a cool person. Call back to the episode where Ted introduces Trent and his cab driver. And then Keeley, you are Keeley fucking Jones, the independent woman, going back to her interview of Roy when Roy first asked her out on a date. And then it's a constant goodbye callback, but the toy soldiers with I mean, it's not so much a callback, but just a calling card.
That.
I forgot to mention it.
And I want to address something in particular. At the end, after Trent texts, after you read the whole of the text, the opening lines or the opening notes to Karma Police literally made tears pop out of my eyes. I've talked about the quality of the writing. The use of music in this show has no business evoking the emotion that it does. That broke the dam that all of the tension in the episode had created. And it was like, this is such an amazing and emotional episode. And I am sorry that I went fucking 6 minutes. Jesus fucking Christ. All right, I'm cutting it off now. Look forward to the podcast.
What I love about Greg is that it doesn't feel like 6 minutes.
No, it doesn't
when he's
at all.
Talking. He is so engaging. His voice is so soothing. And I've only met Greg one time. I genuinely like him. Like, I felt like he was my friend after one meeting with the guy.
Mm-hmm.
That says a lot about somebody else. That says a lot about the person.
Yeah.
Where it's how I felt about you after we first met.
Well, we bonded over a friend's line too.
Well,
but
yeah,
we felt that way even before that. That just solidified it.
Right. But I just my one meeting that I had with Greg, I felt like I could talk to him about real subjects, not just like getting to know you small talk. He felt warm and genuine in the way that he spoke to me and to everybody else. I just really, 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 really like Greg. Yeah, I just think he's a good dude.
I'm 100% with you. But going to some of the points that he made too, I said the same thing about Karma Police and the use of that song. You know, during the end of it, it was a perfect fit for a song. The Army Man in the beer, I forgot to bring that up.
Whoops,
because I have something in spoilers to talk about that too, and now I can't because we're already past it.
Well, let's talk about it next week.
All right.
Was it the kind of army dude he used?
No, it's where
I didn't notice.
It's where we will see that Army Man again.
Okay, we'll talk about it in spoilers next week.
All right,
make a note.
I'm making a note. Army Man. Okay.
Next week. Why did I write Army Man?
Why did I write Army Man in my notes?
So stupid. Spit.
Yeah, but thank you for that, Greg. Yeah, it doesn't feel like 5 minutes at all. 6 minutes.
At all.
All right, but we do have a couple more to go through before we wrap things up. So we have a voicemail from Jason from San Jose. So let's go ahead and play that now.
Hi, Ben and Kristin. This is Jason in San Jose leaving feedback for Midnight Train to Royston. Last week, I totally missed the deadline for No Weddings and a Funeral. And I did want to comment that I had just been to the funeral for my first cousin once removed. She was 27 when she passed, and that episode was really, really touching. The service that I went to was much more of a celebration of life. And so the comments about it's weird having to be sad at a party really came to mind. So during the ceremony, there were a lot of tears, but a lot of laughter as well as we looked back and had some fun memories to share. But I was really glad to be with family and to be there for each other. On to this week's episode. And once again, I really love the dynamics with Ted and Sharon. And the whole NSYNC thing, that dance routine was awesome. But yeah, I really loved watching Jason Sudeikis' facial expressions as he was reading Sharon's letter and just the subtlety in acting. It was absolutely amazing. Recently, I've been talking about this podcast with one of my friends, and he turned me on to a YouTube channel where a therapist was talking about various aspects of Ted Lasso. And I watched a couple of those videos and they really come to play in this episode. The first one that I watched was on positive masculinity. And part of it was talking about Roy and Keely's relationship and just the ability to talk about feelings and to work through problems. And during the photo shoot, being able to see them exchange their secrets and recognized the awkwardness of it. And it was so interesting to see their facial expressions as they turned back to the camera after that awkward moment when Keely said the secret about Jamie's love for her. The other video that I had watched was about Nate and his descent in this season. The whole thing spitting on the mirror, that internalized hatred for himself. And something that I had thought about recently with Nate is looking at the progression of the grayness in his hair over the season. But yeah, this episode had a number of things pointing towards Nate's descent. There are probably a few other things that I could talk about, but I am running out of time and want to get this one in before the deadline for this week. Oh yeah, happy birthday to Chuck Norris, Sharon Stone, and Osama bin Laden, being that it's March 10th as this is being recorded. So anyway, with that, I'm really, really looking forward to the finale of season 2. Until then, this has been Jason in San Jose. Namaste, baby.
I forgot about the birthdays, and that's the day we're recording, was March 10th.
Do you also... Finally, something lined up, because we couldn't line up Christmas.
I know.
But do you know why he said March 10th? I think that there was some kind of Freudian thing that happened here, but it's Olivia Wilde's birthday.
So yeah, maybe.
But it's also Osama bin Laden's birthday, like.
Yeah, and Chuck Norris.
Is that something that we needed to know?
Chuck Norris doesn't celebrate birthdays. Birthdays celebrate Chuck Norris.
Oh, Chuck. Chucky.
Jason, thank you for the first off for talking to your friends about the podcast. We appreciate anybody who shares it and talks to other people. But if you don't mind, do me a favor and message me on the Facebook page links to those videos.
Oh my gosh, I have that written down here. I have it written down. What is the name of this?
That channel? Yeah, because I didn't
even say the name of it. I want to know.
I'd be very curious to see those videos that talk about from a therapist point of view.
I would love to watch that. That's the kind of YouTube series I could sink my teeth into.
Yeah, it would get me away from Neebs Gaming and Mr. Beast for a while.
I gotta tell you, I think YouTube is a cesspool of just nothing.
And videos of people's cars getting towed and body cam videos.
I'm so tired of people that think that they're going to be famous by how stupid they are.
But yeah, do me a favor and message that so I can pass them on so Kristin and I can check those out.
Yes, please.
And last we have a voicemail. No voicemail from Steve because he is on a great vacation to New Zealand right now.
And he met Anwin.
I know. I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. But I've been following along with his posts and he's having a great time on this cruise in New Zealand. So
he only sent me one picture, and that was of him and Anwin. And that was enough.
There you go. But our last feedback comes from Alex. So here we go, and let's play that now.
Hey all, Alex Kruger here, leaving feedback for Ted Lasso Season 2, episode Midnight Train to Royston. This episode marks the final descent of Nate in 3 simple steps. First, he openly displays his need to power grub and how he looks so down on everyone that he assumed Ted would actively steal credit for the false 9. After that, he misinterprets Keely's confiding in a friend, someone she sees very much as an equal and someone that deserves to be prepped up by his friends, and not only violates her sense of security with him by kissing her, but also shows his disrespect to boundaries with his friend/coworker Roy by violating the monogamy of their relationship. And finally, as if that wasn't bad enough, and I assure you it was, but just for good measure, he then outs Ted's secret to Trent Krim and abuses any last shred of self-respect. Edwin is such a wolf in sheep's clothing. He comes off all eccentric at first with his landing the helicopter on the pitch and having a personal assistant do his handshaking. But what I don't get is, he doesn't want billionaires to exist, but he has no problem wasting money on hiring actors to fill a gallery or using his wealth to buy a football club? How exactly are you changing the world through football? Of all the things you can do with $1.2 billion, soccer isn't the one that's going to move the needle on important issues. Also, in what universe is all the time in the world only 72 hours? And I really can't stand how he uses Ted's "you both just met a cool person" line. It's a total misdirect. Now, allow me a moment to put on my Abed Nadir hat for a second, but I love when Sam says one of the museum actors looks familiar from I May Destroy You. I guess he never knows Dr. Sharon from that show since she played Officer Funmi on it. Now, I have to admit, I smiled a little extra hard this time around when Dr. Sharon quotes Good Will Hunting with her "son of a bitch stole my moon," because I have to assume it made Ben smile a bit to see Mr. Williams get the nod there. This week in my workplace nitpick section, I'm going to give Ted the mark because even if you're closing your laptop when the boss comes in as a sign of respect and showing that they have your full attention, close the laptop the whole way, my man. It's a MacBook. They're super easy to reopen and load up. Last but not least, we all know I love the music on this show, and this week's soundtrack moment belongs to the ever so perfect haunting voice of Tom York belting out Radiohead's Karma Police after that text exchange with Trent Krim. It's such an underappreciated song from their catalog, and like any Bill Lawrence show, the song fit the moment perfectly. That's it for me, folks. One more episode left in season 2. So excited. Keep up the great work, and as always, Jack is the worst.
Thank you, Alex. Yeah, he's going through his Lost watch right now, and he's going back and listening to old episodes of the podcast.
How much all of my Jack hate. It's so funny because Adam sits next to me during the shows. My son, he's 10, he's almost 11, and he just hates Jack so much. Every single time Jack even shows up, he's like, "Well, this guy again." Like he just hates him. Yeah. I'm like, "That's my boy."
I love that Alex knew that I would love the Robin Williams nod with Good Will Hunting.
Yeah.
He already knows me well enough from listening to Wilhelm. And another call out to Karma Police. Like, I'm glad other people picked up on that too, because it's such a great use of that song. And Alex did reach out through the email. He said he actually did give us an episode he wants to come on for next season.
Oh, cool.
So we're definitely going to work to try and make that happen. As well as maybe bring on a couple other people for season 3 as well. And we have to start talking about our next show because we still got a little bit of time. But we got to figure it out. So I'm going to say to anybody, if you have recommendations for a show you'd like to hear us talk about, you can let us know through feedback. Or if you want to leave us feedback for the next episode or previous episodes, as Greg has been doing, easiest way to do that, just go to revisitedpod.com. There you can find links on where to subscribe and listen, all that fun stuff. Or just reach out personally at feedback at not Wilhelm. Wrong podcast. Feedback at revisitedpod.com. Before we get out, recommendations.
Dune Part 2. Dune
Part
2.
I knew that.
Last week I hadn't seen it yet. Now I've seen it. Dune Part 2.
Yeah.
Highly recommend. 2 thumbs up. Spectacular movie.
Not better than Shawshank.
No, nothing is, but very, very, very better than the first one.
I've heard that.
A sequel that is better than the first one is very rare.
There's not many.
Not many. This is definitely one.
Terminator 2.
Cannot wait.
Godfather Part 2. Yeah, and I think he said
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight was better than Batman Begins. Yeah, for sure. And I think he said I think Villeneuve said he's already working on writing.
Oh, yeah.
3.
Yeah. Third one's coming. No, there's no way that there isn't a third one. Like,
well, the third one is a different book too.
Right. But I'm just saying the way that it ends.
Okay.
It's very much begging for a third. I can't wait. Both Part 1 and Part 2 are stunning, gorgeous, beautiful movies. But this one, wow, when they're on the home planet for the Harkonnens, I don't remember what that planet is, that home world is called, but wow, that specific sequence there, just wow. I can't wait to see it again. I'm really excited.
I'm excited. I am going to go see it at some point, hopefully this week. I've been gearing up for a lot of the Oscar stuff because I just recorded the Oscars episode of Wilhelm. So go and check that out if you can, wilhelmpodcast.com, where Paik and Brandy come on and we talk about, we make our predictions as well as choose some of our favorites.
Brandy. I love Brandy.
I knew you and Brandy would hit it off.
She's great.
She's a great girl. I love Brandy. I'll make 2 quick recommendations in regards to the Oscars, since this won't be coming out until after the Oscars air. You already know the winners, but I will tell you one of my favorite Oscar-nominated movies this year was American Fiction. So if you get the opportunity to go and see that, watch that movie. It's so So good. But another one of my favorite movies from this year so far, it's only March, but one of my favorite movies just recently hit streaming, and that's Argylle. And
you were really excited for this one.
I was so excited for the movie, and I saw the advanced screening of it, and I loved it. And I'm so excited it's available to stream because I plan to watch it a couple more times. It is so much fun. It's over the top action. Sam
like
Rockwell,
Bullet Train,
like Bullet Train. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's
I loved Bullet Train.
Yeah. Then I think you'll really like Argylle.
Perfect.
It's got a phenomenal cast in Henry Cavill, Samuel L. Jackson, Sam Rockwell, Bryce Dallas Howard, Bryan Cranston, John Cena. It's got a great cast. It's just a ton of fun. So now that that's streaming, I highly, highly recommend that. But that's about it for this episode. Anything left from your end?
No, I'm good.
So then with that being said, next episode is the season 2 finale. Season 2, episode 12, Inverting the Pyramid of Success. So feel free to leave that feedback for that episode. And then we're into season 3, which is sadly the final season of this show. I know. But with that being said, thank you guys as always for listening, for subscribing, being a part of this community, all that you guys do. And until next time, we'll see you guys back out on the pitch. Take care.
Namaste, baby.